Every year in the lead up to Ash Wednesday, certain Caribbean and South American countries start to prepare for their annual Carnival celebrations. In Trinidad, it's one of the biggest events of the year. In the capital city, Port of Spain, thousands of people flood the streets on Shrove Tuesday to experience the explosion of colour and music that is the mass parades. We decided to drive in and have a look, starting our day at the Socadrome. There are many different bands in Trinidad's carnival, each with its own theme and costume. We arrived at the Socadrome just in time to see Tribe, one of the most popular bands in the country. Because we parked at Movie Town, we started at the Socadrome, and that place, there's no other way to describe it. It was pumping. The music was, the bass was so strong. I could like feel it vibrating through my chest, and just the vibe, like everyone's happy, they're excited, they're dancing. The beat of the song, like you just can't help it. So we watched a couple different groups go through there, but we've decided we're gonna head towards the avenue now, and that's kind of what I can hear off in the distance. And we're gonna see the parade going through the streets of Port of Spain, and we might even make our way towards the judging stations, because I've heard that's when the groups like really just let it all out. So let's go. I can hear it, we found the carnival. With origins that date back to Trinidad and Tobago's slave trade era, Carnival comes across as a rich display of the island's culture that recognises the past and looks forward to the future. It has evolved over time, becoming the biggest carnival in the Caribbean, a liberating and inclusive event that celebrates life.
Throughout the day, we noticed a heavy police presence, as well as many people working as security and marshals to help bring Carnival together. Coming into this experience, I didn't really know much about Carnival in Trinidad. And as an Australian, my only exposure to this type of celebration was watching highlight reels of the Rio de Janeiro Carnival on TV, filled with beautiful women in tiny outfits. While there are plenty of those in Trinidad too, I found the inclusiveness of different outfits and age groups refreshing, with the small children and older generation getting into the spirit and wearing some of the most elaborate and beautiful costumes I saw throughout the day.
Of different bands and costumes, and like they just look incredible, and like the vibe, it's just this real community vibe, which is so cool. But now we're gonna head back up the other end of the avenue and kind of watch the bands as they come past us. As you can see, we're in the car and we are on our way home from the 2024 Trinidad Carnival. So I'm slowly going back to my normal color because it was hot, but it was a cool experience. What I really liked that I wasn't necessarily expecting is the sort of community atmosphere and vibe that it had. I think if you want to come to Trinidad and really experience Carnival, it would be best to do it with like a group of friends who you really enjoy just hanging out with, and if you can afford it, because it is quite expensive, playing mass and joining one of the big bands. Some of them were just like, the costuming is incredible. There's so much effort. Like I know how to sew and I know how to make things. I know how much effort went into that, and the creativity as well. Like, yeah, just so much respect for that. Oh my god, are they open? Sorry. I just got, when it's like a super hot day, and it's been our thing since we backpacked and we were in Rome and it was hot, when you do physical activity all day and you're out experiencing an event, you have to finish the day with a cider. And this shop is open and I know it has ciders. Yeah, slight intermission. We had to go into this super farm here because they sell these ciders, which are made here in Trinidad by Tommy's Brewing. So we're going to be enjoying a cold cider when we get back. But yeah, so good day out at Carnival. Definitely, if we ever did it again, I'd probably look at playing masks because the costumes are amazing. Unfortunately this year, like, things are a bit trickier as well, like with the boat. I can't afford to be hungover tomorrow. It was nice to be able to go and experience it though, because Carnival is just, seems so important to so many people in Trinidad. There's been a massive lead up, so to actually see the event for ourselves, it was really cool.
Something we were curious about is what the nightlife would be like in Port of Spain after Carnival had finished. And surprisingly to us, it was actually really quiet, showing that Carnival really is a daytime event.